Hi, this is Vegetalia, and welcome to another diary entry. I think this is the fifth diary entry. And before I get into it, please, don't hesitate to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Because I'll be really posting very regular videos, and I hope to see you around and interact with you and do all those good things. So please subscribe and hit the little bell icon. And I'll be seeing you around, I guess, and chatting with you, hopefully. So, as you can probably tell, I think you've probably just gotten used to this now, but every time I post, it's because I'm working from home. And when I work from home, I don't do anything with this. Like, I just don't. And also, I'm always wearing, like, same kind of sweaters and stuff, because I stay in pajamas when I work from home. So you must be thinking, this is extremely unedited. Well, it is, and that's the point, and that's why I'm not changing it. But this is not me usually. I promise I will post a video when I actually look like half decent. I'll try and do that. Anyway, that's not the point. Nobody cares. I'm looking like crap. It's fine. No, actually, sorry. Stop that negative self-talk. I'm looking like a queen. No, just looking like I'm looking. It doesn't really matter. It's neither good nor bad. Anyway, just so that you understand that this is not how I go about life, but it's when I post my videos. And so last time we were talking, I think we were talking about how I was going to deal with homeworking, and since, well, here it is, it's Tuesday, as I said, I was going to be homeworking at least one of the first 3 days of the week, and indeed, the only day I'm going to be homeworking amongst those days is Tuesday, and today. I wanted to work on the way I was homeworking. That's way too many working in one sentence, but you see what I mean. Because I was slipping into bad habits from the beginning. And I thought that one way of doing that was filming earlier. So actually journaling before I start, as opposed to taking it as a break in the middle of the day. So it's morning, and I will be starting to work as soon as this is finished. Yeah, I thought it would be in a different way, because I usually kind of tune in later when I'm already feeling the stuff that's going on, but I think maybe it would be more efficient for me to actually talk myself into doing better for myself during the day, just so that I at least don't slip up straight away when actually this might have been avoidable. So I can definitely feel that I would go down the same usual mental route, and potentially the same eating disorder route as I do a lot of the time. I'm not going to say all the time, but a lot of the time when it comes to homeworking. And so I'm going to talk this out and try to find a way for me to verbalize things that might allow me to find another way and actually end my day being oh, it didn't go according to the usual pattern that I've predefined and practiced for years and years and years. So, right now, I'm feeling, as I always do when I homework, I'm feeling that people are going to think that I'm doing nothing, and actually am doing nothing, and that I'm someone bad, and only bad people do this, and that I must be someone worthless, and all this self-talk, and that I shouldn't have done this, I should have gone to the workplace, that it's going to get me in so much trouble, that like if I get less done than what I expected, then I have no worth, I'm a really bad person. So this is the self-talk, and it's not like conscious self-talk, it's just the CD, I think ANOREXIA Recovery talks about CDs, and we all have different CDs that we play at different times, and one of my CDs is definitely this homeworking one. And it's one that happens in not just homeworking situations, but definitely it plays relentlessly when I homework. So I think that a reasonable way to act would be to not. I don't want that self-talk. I don't want that CD playing over and over again. So I kind of want to eject the CD from the machine, i.e. my brain, and replace it with other stuff. So today I would like to I want to eject the CD. That negative self-talk is neither true nor going to lead me anywhere. I've had the experience of it many a time, and it doesn't bring anything to fruition. It doesn't help for anything. So I want to get rid of it, so I'm going to press on eject to say, no, thank you. I don't want it. Because I'm not a bad person. However, if I'm going to follow through with what I've said about the hypervigilant child part of me that's like trying to prevent absolutely everything from happening, that child is still there. It's still believing everything that the CD has kind of repeated over and over again. So I really see it as this way, that the CD is basically what my parental figures, I'm not going to say parents because my story is a little bit complicated, but my parental figures have drilled into my head that I'm a bad person, that everybody's going to hate me, that they hate me, that, all that stuff. And the little petrified child is the one that's like, oh my god, this is so true, I'm going to try and prevent all of this, but I can't because she decided to stay home today, so everything's really going to come true. And it's like, oh my god, I have to find something to compensate, I have to find something to make myself better. And this child is the response to the CD of how much I'm a bad person and so on. And so right now I'm just going to be like, it's there. I ejected the CD, like I don't need that negative self-talk. But the child is there. The child is... It's not to blame for the way it's reacting, it's just there. In the pit of my stomach, absolutely terrified. Absolutely terrified of what's happening, because it feels beyond her control, because it is beyond her control, whether she likes it or not. And at the end of the day, I stayed home, whereas she would have considered that the safe option would be to go to work. So I can understand that she would feel completely powerless, because at the end of the day she really is powerless. She's just a little child trying to do the best in a system, in a context where she doesn't really decide anything. So I'm just going to let her be here, present. She's stressed out. She thinks the world's going to collapse on her. I'm just going to sit with her and say, it's fine. You're allowed to feel that. You're allowed to feel completely devastated, out of control and stressed and scared out of your wits. And I'm going to show you, though, you're allowed to feel that, but I'm going to show you that nothing bad's going to happen. Take you by the hand. You're all scared and and unhappy right now, but I'm going to take you by the hand anyway and just say that I'm here, that I love you and that you're safe, and show you another way. I'm not going to show you the same path I've shown you a zillion times, meaning the one where you take control via mechanisms that actually end up making you feel even worse. I'm going to be the adult here today, be kind and loving and supporting and be here for you, but I'm also going to take direction and show you a good way we can behave that will actually lead you to feel good about yourself and about the day and about the fact that you made this decision to homework. I think that's the goal today, is to take that little child down another path, not the motorway I've been taking for years and years and years, that's just worn down, and so worn down that it's like 3 meters into the ground, and that I don't seem to see a way out of because it's so entrenched. It's basically trenched down in the ground, and I see only that path, and it seems so hard to get over the walls, but over them. Yeah, let's call them walls for the time being. But today I'm going to show that little child that there is another way, that you can actually feel scared and petrified and stressed and under pressure and all of these things, and still take an action that's actually going to be good for you, as opposed to one that's going to make the phenomenon worse. That's my pledge for today. I think I will be able to check in on Thursday, and so I'd like to kind of see how today goes in terms of just general life, but in terms of how that translated into my eating, and see if I can go through with it and how I feel about it at the end of the day. So that's what I plan to do. Just sit with this anxiety. Sit with the fact that I guess I feel like everybody's going to hate me. And hopefully not use any eating disorder behaviors, be they anorexic or, anorexic, restrictive or on the contrary, binge type behaviors to kind of get a short-term relief. So that's like the plan for today. Maybe I should just talk briefly about how the last few days have been. So I haven't felt great. My interactions and communication with my husband weren't great the last few days. Just felt like a relationship was didn't like it, and that impacts my mood a lot, and my mood impacts that a lot. Like there's this cycle that goes on, and definitely I felt very conflicted with my eating. So I really ate what I want when I wanted, how much I wanted of it. But I feel very like there's this really big feeling of, oh my God, you're so horrible, you're disgusting, you eat so much, you're gonna balloon up to a huge size, you're gonna, and I've had to deal with it, and I've had to deal with this weight upon my shoulders of this. And like yesterday evening, I was at a birthday party for a friend, and so she had prepared an appetizer for us, quite a big one, and I was really hungry when we got there. And then sushi, and then a dessert, and like the appetizer was massive, and I had a lot of it. And her husband kept. So just take a step back right now. I had apple juice to accompany the food, and it's like this cold press, like apple juice from the garden thing, and I just love apple juice, but I always shy away from juices as appetizers because I'm scared of the calories in drinks other than water and Diet Coke, which is usually one of the two options that I have. And so I thought, hey, no, I'm going to have a glass of apple juice today, challenge myself. And I finished the first glass, and her husband filled it up a second time. I was like, okay, a second time is okay. And long story short, I was drinking it to like kind of just drink it, and also just to be polite. And he kept filling my glass up, and basically I ended up drinking a huge amount. I mean, I don't really know how much, but like a proper amount of apple juice. And I ate loads of food. I was really hungry. I had loads of food. It wasn't a binge. It wasn't like I was completely like stuffed afterwards or anything. I just had a good amount of food, probably more than I would usually have. Whatever, it doesn't matter. And I mean, I know it does matter, but I'm just trying to say it's in the past. It's a meal that happened. There's no point going crazy about it. Anyway, and I really felt like I had this itchy jumper on yesterday, and I kept feeling like the itchiness, and my brain was interpreting as, oh, you're dilating, you're becoming fat. Like, it's amazing how not only are your mental perceptions like altered, but your bodily perceptions become altered. And sometimes I know I can't trust my body image of what I see. I know I can't. It's just fact, and like I try to just be okay with it. It's hard to not be able to trust your own perception of things, but it just is. But in this case, I can't, like, I can stop looking in the mirror, I can stop body checking, I can stop this and this and this and this, like, to a large degree. But I can't stop the stimuli that are coming to my brain, for example, from an itchy jumper. But it's just like my brain is automatically like, it must be because you're getting so fat. When actually I took the jumper off and all the stuff that I was feeling disappeared, because it was just because my jumper was itchy, nothing to do with me ballooning up. And so I am just really putting into perspective how fucked up, for lack of a better word, eating disorders are, and how they completely screw the way you see and perceive the world. It's not just, I mean, I'm quite used to it screwing up the way I see the world, but like the fact that I feel the world differently too is a bit frightening, and it's very frightening, and it's frightening because it taps into things that I think I believe, i.e. what the eating disorder tells me. A part of me still believes it, and so it's extremely hard to think, no, I'm not actually just ballooning up into like one huge balloon. Sorry, that was a lot of balloons in the same sentence. But I'm not just like dilating all of a sudden into something like massive. It's just that my jumper is itchy, and even that I can't seem to feel it for what it is. I have to rationalize it, which is just, it's tiring. Anyway, I've been struggling with that. I haven't been struggling in that I've actually been eating the food, but it's been a weight on my shoulders, and I still really have to keep practicing, keep doing it and doing it and doing it. There's really no other way. I mean, people always say, oh, you can't just say just eat to an anorexic. And actually, I used to believe that, and of course, it's not as simple as just eat. But actually, probably the best remedy for anorexia is just eat. And so that's what I'm trying to do, to just eat. Without going into just binge, because that wouldn't be good either. So that's where I'm at. And with this, I'm going to conclude my diary entry. And I hope you have a fantastic day. I hope the day is beautiful in every respect. And please like, comment, share, and subscribe for more eating disorder fun, because eating disorders are so very fun. No, they're not. but they are a journey, and every journey is worth going through. Let's see it that way. Every journey has a reason. So if you want to come on that journey with me, please subscribe, and I'll be seeing you around. Have a lovely day. Bye bye, beautiful peeps.